Hey, Jarek here, and this is the Spring Thunder. Arguably the best Nerf shotgun on the market. At least it's in competition with the Monkey Mod's Firefly. I feel like you could make an argument for either or. This is a 3D printed shotgun Springer made by GDOP. It will run you roughly $170 to $200 depending what you order with it. I got mine in red and black because, you know, it's what we do around here. Definitely makes it more difficult to film though. There is a lot you can buy with this blaster, and with it being 3D printed, there's already a ton of mods people have done with it. You want to put a full rail up top, you can do that. You want a different style grip, you can do that. You want a different stock, you can do that. You can also buy any kind of shell that you want. I've seen people 3D print shells that fire ultra darts. I don't have any of those myself. I would love to get some of those. I probably should have gone out of my way and found them. It seems really cool. But instead of repeating myself, past Jarek is going to explain to you what all these shells do.
Since I have so many different types of shells, I guess I'll start with the most simple and work my way up to, in my opinion, the most fun. So this is just a single dart shooting shell. I have a bunch of different full-length darts. So here's a regular Nerf Elite dart. And inside of this magazine tube here, I have waffle head darts, I have full-length Worker Gen 3, I have Worker 5.0 soft darts, and since technically half-length darts do fit in this, I have one of the shells with a Worker Gen 3 half-length dart. However, the barrel is basically just the length of the shell. This outer barrel here is pretty wide because it's meant to shoot shot, so don't expect any of these to be accurate, but if you wanted to do this, you can. You would expect the half-length dart to shoot much harder than it does, but I've noticed the half-length darts, it tends to spin and fishtail more than the full-length darts, but none of them are as accurate as like a proper Springer made for a full-length dart. But they're not horribly inaccurate. You can do it, but I mean, let's be real, that's not the point of this gun. Next up are the Mega Shells. I forgot to mention that it actually tells you what it fires on the shell itself. This will take cut down Mega Darts. Now I have regular Mega Darts, but I don't want to sacrifice them, so I cut down a few of my AccuStrikes to put in here. If that sounds weird, I know AccuStrikes are better, but I only have the perfect amount to fit in my Nerf Mastodon, so I don't want to get rid of any of the whistling ones. They do whistle through the air, but I don't have enough space for them to start whistling with the FPS of this blaster, so cut down AccuStrikes will work fine enough. Next up is labeled as Buckshot. This is most people's favorite. It fires 3 different Rivals rounds. You just shove them in there, they barely fit. And yeah, this is where we're starting to get into the proper shotgun aspect of this blaster. But technically you can only put 1 or 2 in here. So the first 3 shells I have loaded have 3, then one has 2, and then the last one just fires 1. Yeah, it's pretty fun. The next shell is another favorite. This is the Flechette shell. This is supposed to fire 3 Boomco darts, if you remember Boomco. And yeah, I have a lot of these Halo 5 promotional Boomco blasters laying around, so I actually do have enough Boomco darts to use these. And people do really like this one, so I'm eager to try this out. And yeah, from what I've heard, the spread is pretty tight, and this is definitely a tighter spread than with the Rivals rounds. It's pretty cool. Now these last shells are called Birdshot. They're supposed to be just 2 side-by-side full-length darts. It's a pretty tight fit, but they do work. However, this means in theory you can also put 4 half-length darts in here. And from what I've seen, bamboo darts work awesome in these. So I'm gonna load up 2 regular full-length darts to be the first one to fire out. Then I'm gonna fire 4 Worker Gen 3 half-length darts, and then the rest are just gonna be bamboo darts. You'll see how much better they fire. Yeah, the bamboo darts definitely have a tighter grouping and seem to fly faster. I don't have any way to chrono that because I can't chrono multiple projectiles at once, but from the eye test, they definitely work the best. Now, those are all the shells I have. I've seen people 3D print other ones, like for example, Ultra Dart shells, so this thing is incredibly modular. You can basically put anything you want through it. It's awesome.
However, that means I can't really chrono it properly. I can't chrono 3 projectiles at once. I can only chrono one thing at a time. So let's do that, I guess. When I chronoed this with full-length darts, the FPS was kind of all over the place. It really didn't matter what style of dart I had in there. It didn't matter if it was a Nerf Elite dart, an Adventure Force waffle head dart, a Worker Gen 3 full-length dart, a Worker 5.0 soft dart. Like, pretty much all of the darts fluctuated between 80 to 140 FPS. On average, they were closer to 100, and depending on the dart type, they may or may not have been a lot more consistent or less consistent. When I chronoed half-length darts, Worker Gen 3's got about 90 FPS. I don't know why I didn't chrono bamboo darts, but if other blasters are anything to go off of, you should be expecting to get a 10 to 20 FPS boost using half-length bamboo darts. I can't fire the buckshot like I normally can, but I can put only 1 rival round in there, and on average I was getting 90 to 100 FPS with a single ball. And for the cut down Mega, I was once again getting 90 to 100 FPS, which, may I remind you, there's a lot more mass behind the Mega Darts, even if they're slightly cut down. They're like 3/4 of the normal length. For a Mega Dart, that's pretty good. And of course, my friend wanted to get shot by this for a pain test. I'm not sure why he keeps wanting to do that, but whatever, it is entertaining, so let's cut to that. All right, we're doing a pain test again with the Spring Thunder. I honestly don't think any of these are really gonna hurt at all. I mean, this is not designed to be painful, but it seems interesting enough. Yeah. I got a bunch of different shells I'm going to load up here, starting with what I think probably the least painful, going to what will be the most stinging, I guess. I don't think there'll be any real pain. Oh, also, my voice is going to sound pretty bad compared to his. He's wearing the mic.
Mic's here again.
Pretty obvious reasons, so I don't have a second mic. Apologies. All right, let us start. I'm going to start with the full-length darts. I think that's, I don't know. I don't think any of these are going to hurt, but let's go with the full-length darts first.
Sound of the pump racking is very unnerving since I'm not looking at it.
Well, here we go. That was very soft.
Yeah, that was like a 1. That's like early end strike era.
We got 4 bamboo darts. This might spread so much that only one of them hits you.
Should it be a wider target?
Be as fat as you can.
Ah, God, you cut me off. About the same, yeah, but more spread out. It just feels like it feels like an end strike gun.
All right, we're going flechette rounds, 3 Boomco darts.
Oh, ow, shit, ow. Oh, God, yeah, that, compared to the other 2, wow, that actually hurt.
That drifted up and to the right, too. I was aiming the center of your back.
Yeah, points off for accuracy, but yeah, that's a good, like, compared to the other ones, that's a good, like, 4.5.
All right, buckshot rounds, 3 rivals rounds. I forgot about this shell. They should hurt less than the Boomco darts.
Yeah, about a 2. Well, 2.5.
Okay. All right, now we're going to the darts that may hurt. This is just 1 full-length waffle head dart.
Fun. Ooh, yee. It felt kind of felt like a thumbtack. A good like 3.5. Well, not 3, just a solid 3.
Well, here's 1 bamboo dart. This will be shooting quite a bit harder than that.
Fun. Ooh, ow, yeah, that's a 3.5.
All right, we got 1 rival round. This should go pretty fast.
Ugh. Like a 3 again.
All right, and now we're going on to the one that
probably has the only potential out of all the rounds to maybe sting a bit, and this is one Mega Dart.
I mean, the Boomco one stung.
That's a good point. And as a reminder, I don't have the shells that fire either Ultra Darts or the kitchen sink shells, which fire one rival round and like a full length dart. All right, here we go.
Ah.
It slapped. I heard it.
Yeah, about a 3.5.
Okay. I kind of want to do that one again because it went way off to
Yeah.
the side. Accuracy will be a problem because there's no barrel specifically. It's just firing right out of the shell itself. All right.
Okay.
Another.
Ah, hit same spot. Yeah, just about the same, like 3.5.
Yeah, so as I thought, this one isn't going to hurt too much, which is not a bad thing at all, because this was made to be used in games. If you have something that catches the shells, which you can put a full rail on top if you want to, and catch the shells that way, then yeah, this could work.
I want to do a front-facing shot one. You shoot me right in the chest.
Oh, do you want to look at it?
Yes.
Okay. He wants me to shoot him while looking at him for some reason, so we got another Mega here.
Oh, I do not like that barrel. About the same, 3.5. I mean, it felt like a flu shot, getting a really big flu shot, but...
Unfortunately, as I was filming this video, a piece inside of this blaster broke. It was the piece that would actually hold the spring in place. So when I went to pump the shotgun and then push the pump forward, the spring would slam forward and get a shell stuck in here. I found out the catch was pretty easy to replace. GDOP replied fairly quickly. Took a little bit of time sending me a new part because he had never seen that happen before, so he wanted to do a little more research on it. Replacing the part was pretty easy. I just had to remove a few screws and then pull the old piece out, lube up the O-ring, and then put the new piece in, and yeah, works perfectly fine now. If you do want to decock this thing, it's pretty simple. You just press the trigger and let it come forward. But yeah, with the way this functions, there's a lot of moving parts. There is a chance that something in here might break on you, and GDOP is pretty good at replying and giving you replacement parts. In general, I found this blaster to be a little finicky. While it did seem to eject reliably, sometimes it wouldn't eject a shell out of the magazine tube to load the next one in. And sometimes it would eject a shell too hard, so it would get it misplaced in here. You'd have to kind of jiggle the gun a little bit before you could put it into the chamber. Nothing blaster killing by any means, but it is to say it's not a flawless blaster. With that said, it's still fun to shoot, so let's shoot it a bit. In conclusion, the Spring Thunder is a lot of fun, and arguably it is the best Nerf shotgun on the market, right next to the Monkey Mod's Firefly. Which one is better? I think that really depends on the person. I think this one is better for the gimmick value because there's just so many shells you can use. It can fire so many things. You can 3D print your own shells if you want to. But in general, I think the Monkey Mod's Firefly is a bit more smooth of an experience. There's less of a chance of it breaking on you, and it fires a lot harder with better performance. It's also more affordable. I don't think there's much of an argument that the Firefly is the better one for the price, but that's not what we're asking here. I think it truly does depend on who you are. Do you want more of a gimmicky blaster that can fire a crazy amount of things out of it? Or do you want a Firefly that can fire some things like a shotgun very hard? I honestly don't know. Some days I feel like shooting this one, some days I feel like firing the Firefly. If you have enough money, just buy both. And that about should sum up my review. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.